So my bag got stolen with everything valuable that you can fit in a bag. It had my new phone, new AirPods, all my bank cards, the only available key to the place I live, my new and expensive umbrella, power bank, money, everything, anything in it. And the ironic thing is, I had recorded 2 videos on that day talking about how there is this quote by Einstein that says, there is 2 ways of living your life. First one is, everything is a miracle. Second one is, nothing is a miracle. And you choose which one you want it to be your life. And the other video was about how there is abundance in life. We don't lack trees. There is not going to be a shortage of trees. There is always more leaves, trees, cloud, water, things like that. And so there is enough for everybody. And so it was very iconic to record those videos and that happening, it happened less than a week ago. But it kind of, I don't know, I couldn't not see it as a sign to, okay, you are talking about these things and you believe in those things, but how much can you apply those things? And so I've been trying so hard to see this as a miracle. Because what is a miracle? A miracle is an unexpected event that leads to positive things, that is meant that you make a positive meaning out of. It's an unexpected event that you associate with a good meaning. And so if it's an unexpected thing that's happening to you, if you're losing something, it can be a thing, it can be a person, it can be anything. Can you see that as a miracle? Because I have learned many things from this experience. It has challenged me in the most spiritual way. Not the most, but it was one of the top 5. But one of the things that I've learned is how much our choices in life are important. You choose what you want to get out of things. You choose what meaning to give to things. And in the moment that you feel like you have the feeling of not having, is exactly the moment that you have to do something to create the feeling of having in yourself. And it can be anything. It can be replacing that thing. Even if you don't have money, okay, I'm going to go with direct debit. I don't know. In any way, I'm going to replace that thing. Or it's through meditation, reminding yourself that I have a body. Just creating that feeling of having exactly in the moment that you're so drowned in the moment of seeing yourself as a victim and not having, and your choice is so important. You can do it. It's so difficult, but you can. And each step makes you more powerful. It makes you more strong. And so if I can do it, anyone can do it. And it's not easy, but it's doable. Another thing that it showed me is how when you admire something in someone else, that's exactly your own potential or something that you already have in you. You're admiring yourself. Because I had seen people and have read things, or I've always thought about how powerful it is that you actually make the decision in your life. You make decisions in your life and create the life that you have. As in, if the worst thing happens to you, you have the decision of seeing it as the worst thing or the best thing. You can see a scenario as a scenario that you have lost something or that you've gained something, and the choice is with you. It's made by you. It's you making that choice. And I've always loved how people could see, choose the unexpected way for the things that happen in their life. And also, whenever I saw someone who has lost their money, I don't know, a phone or something like that, and they were so detached about it, I would admire it about them. But it was always one item. It was money or phone or that. And then it kind of felt like universe was like, okay, it's actually you. You are admiring yourself. And so if I am feeling like this right now, if I know how powerful my decisions are in life, in exactly in those moments that you don't want to make a decision that gets you out of that bad feeling. You're going to say, oh my God, I lost it. But exactly in that moment, you do have the choice of thinking, I have not lost anything. actually have gained something. And what is that thing that you've gained? There's going to be a lot of things if you think about it. And one of them is this version of me. And so when you think like that, you realize, okay, it is a miracle because it showed this version of my reality to me. It unlocked this version of me for me. And in that way, you can turn everything around, anything that happens to you, and you make a meaning of it. You do have the choice and the power of turning it completely around and see it completely the opposite way. So the question is, how much can you alchemize the things that happen in your life? How much can you change something that has happened to you to something that's happened for you? How much can you change something negative and something that you think you've lost something to something that you actually gained something? Is there anything recent that's happening to you, or you're afraid of happening, or something that recently has happened and you feel like, oh no, there is no way that it was positive? Can you change that completely? Is there a way? So the thing is, the more you can do it, the easier life, a more peaceful life you will have. In those moments that you don't think there is any way this is good for me, exactly in those moments, you have to find something to prove to yourself that, yeah, exactly in the moment that you think, oh, I'm so afraid, I've lost my phone. In those moments, that's exactly the moment you have to remind yourself. I was, on that night that it happened, I was just saying it to myself that I am healthy, I'm grateful, I'm healthy, I'm grateful. I was just reminding myself of my health that I have. The more you can do it, the easier life you have. And so every time you feel a bit low, remind yourself, is there a way? Because you can, and you do have the power, and the choice is made by you. And it's so much easier to just let it slip and get back into your habit of thinking, no, it was bad for me and I can't do anything about it. You can. It's so difficult, but you can. And each time that you do it, it makes it easier. And the more difficult it is, it makes you stronger.